It's all happening here today. So I have batches and batches of tomato sauce, tomato ketchup, sorry, going on the other side of my kitchen. So you get to see a slightly different view, what you normally see. Hopefully it's not too messy. So what I am going to make, let me get there. I thought these looked pretty exciting. So Hot Cross Scones, or my mother would say, coming from Devon, scones. All right. I've preheated my oven. I have a baking tray all lined, that's no problem. 500 grams of self-raised flour. Now I'm going gluten-free, so we'll see how these all turn out. There we go. 500. 80 grams of caster sugar. Now I had this in the cupboard because I was doing something the other day. I needed. Anyway, so got caster sugar. 80 grams. I'll just go a little bit under because, you know, 150 grams of unsalted butter, cold and diced. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. It says the royal nut on it. We did used to get everything from there. And of course, now I go and take it to the sauce and get it filled up there. Fill it up there. Okay. Next spice made in the Thermomix out of cinnamon, coriander, nutmeg, ginger, allspice and cloves. Blitz on speed 5 for 15 seconds. Looks like it's been on longer than speed 5, I reckon. Anyway, I mean, not higher than speed 5 because it's actually very fine powder. Nutmeg, where are you? Nutmeg goes into the sauce as well. So half a teaspoon. It's a bit much. Half a teaspoon. Pinch of salt. So going into the sauce. All right. Put my lid on. Sorry. All right. So I guess it's what it shows you is you can do anything, any flavors in your scones. And I think it's awesome that making hot cross scones. Okay. So let's just really mix all that up together. Need to grab my milk. Now this is A2 skim, you know, semi-skimmed, not whole milk, but that's what we have. We don't normally have milk in this house, but this is left over from an engagement party last weekend, and I thought about to get it, and nobody had any. That'll do. All right. Right, now it says there's 75 grams of sultana. Again, this was left over, I don't know when, but I've checked the fruit, looks all right. It's a fruit medley, so that's what I'm going to use. And it's 75 grams of sultana and then 75 grams of mixed peel. Now, my husband doesn't particularly like mixed peel, so there's no way I was going to use that. So I'm putting 150 grams of this in. All right. I think I got that Christmas time when, you know, there was a lot of puddings and cakes and things being made. Going to knead for 20 seconds. And preview, tip out onto lightly floured surface. So I will lightly flour the bench top. My gluten-free flour. Okay. Next, tip out onto a lightly floured surface. Just going to make sure it's coming together there. Might need a little bit more liquid. If that's because it's the gluten-free flour. So I'm going to put a little bit more liquid in. Try not to go overboard. So I'm just going to put a little bit in first. And just give that another little knead. So to go back, all I need to do is go back. Might take a couple of goes, guys. Just make sure it's right. And you know, if you tip too much in, you can't take it out, but you can keep adding, as I'm sure you all know. And it's only 20 seconds. So I reckon you could make, well, you could do anything really, couldn't you? So you can do like apricot scones, you could do chopped chip scones, any of those sorts of things. Let's have a look at this and see what it looks like. That is better. That is much better. Okay, so tip this down. Go. Oh. Oh, I think my tomato sauce is coming to the end of its stage. Now, see if I can move this. See, I've made that a little bit sticky, I think now. Oh. I think you heard that in the background. That's the tomato sauce, finished stage 1, which means I've got to add. So stage 1 is basically tomatoes, capsicum, onion, garlic, chili, little bit of white vinegar. And after that, when I dug this out, I probably put, maybe I should have tried it without adding any, but anyway, let's just see how we go. I know what I'm going to do. If in doubt, blitz it off with turbo, okay? So, I'm going to just save the recipe there. Come across the turbo. Back into my recipe. That will let turbo release the arms. It's ready. There we go. All right. So that should be much easier to get out. Still a bit sticky, but certainly easier to get out. Okay, there we are. It says bring the dough together into a ball. And roll out to 2 to 3 centimeters thick. I'm just going to push it down here. 2 to 3 centimeters. God, I'm not very good with that. I'm thinking that's probably about right. Because it says it makes 9, so let's go with that. And then use a cookie cutter. So I think scones are normally not serrated, so we'll go not serrated. This is actually quite big. I might actually go down one. But that's a decent sized scone, I reckon, don't you? So where my cookie cutters? I might go with a slightly smaller one. Okay, so I think that's better. And I'll show you what I'm just putting them onto one of the Mix Shop rose gold trays. Okay, come on, edge, come. And I'm going to keep cutting them out like that. Going to bake them in the oven, and when they're finished, I'm going to do the crosses. But there's a little bit of waiting time involved in all of that, so we might put that there somewhere. No, got no space left in my kitchen. whilst I just pause this and we'll come back. Okay, so here we're back and I am making the glaze and the cross. Just put up with that. I think it's not my thing. So you clean bowl first. All right, pausing. So of course I know exactly why I did that. That was all on purpose. So I now have dry. So I'm going to show you how to get it dry. So I'm just drying off the lid. And all right, here we go. It is a clean bowl now. I'm going to save that. Oops. Timer's up. Okay. I'll go and check the scones whilst it's clean up. So good. Hold on. These. So I'm just going to put them somewhere. All right. Other side of the kitchen where my tomato sauce is still going. So if you haven't used the timer, it's awesome. All right, so that timer's up. So we just did the turbo. So I need to get out of it. For the lids to unlock, I have to get out of turbo. I now have more water that's been spat off the blades on here. So give this another dry. Yeah. All right. Okay, we are ready to go. 80 grams of caster sugar. And we're just going to blitz the caster sugar for 10 seconds. Okay. Asking me to put it into a bowl. Got a little bowl here. Oh, there we go. If you've never seen sugar bits in the Thermomix before, quite amazing. All right, here we go. 25 grams of light brown sugar. Oh, close. There we go. 45 grams of milk. As I said earlier, I don't have whole milk. A bit more. Next, 1 tablespoon of marmalade. Just got this marmalade here. It's going on 1 minute on speed 5. Whilst that's doing that, I'm just going to bring the Cross Scones up. Yeah, so they're just sitting there on the tray. And just so you know, in the recipe, it said for 7 centimeters. Mine were 5.8 millimeters. Okay, or 2¼ inches. Okay. Transfer to wire rack and brush with glaze and leave to cool slightly. Okay, so that's my glaze. And then it's going to be a question. So actually it says leave to cool slightly. So I won't be too upset if I can't actually show you the piping for the cross, because as I said before, piping is definitely not my thing. So what I will show you is how the stuff, the mixture is made for the glaze. One at the end there. That was my leftover bits. See that one at the end? It's huge. Anyway, let's keep going. 2 teaspoons of water to the bowl with the reserved icing sugars. Mix together to a pipable consistency. That I am thinking. So I'm going to put another little bit of water in there. All right, this will be pipable. Okay, awesome. Now, I was going to show you, this is such a small amount, I'm not going to do it this way. I was going to show you the Thermomix piping bag. Set up. All right, so silicone from the mix shop. I'm not 100% sure they've got them. I think they've just got disposable ones, which I'm really not keen on. But you can see the size of that, and you can see how much mixture I've got, which is not very much. So I am going to do something. It's got a little hole in it. I've got a lot of bags, plastic bags that I reuse. So I'm just going to grab one of those. So just a little tiny one, all right, and I'm going to put the, so I have recycled it. It's not just using a new plastic bag. I'm going to get my mixture into there, which is a little tricky because it's so old. It's going everywhere. It's going over my laptop and everything. Okay. Okay. So I've got my icing in this little bag here. And seal up the top. And I'm just going to cut a little hole in one corner. Weeny hole. I'll cut with the icing. It just shows the scissors might be a little on the blunt side. I think I'm going to get something out of there. And now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to show you how to pipe because it's not my thing, but we'll give it a go. Here we go. 1, 2. Hey, pretty easy. 1, 2, And of course, if you were making hot cross buns and you're actually doing the whole mixture, with yeast, then it's exactly the same when it comes to piping the croissant. In fact, if you're doing it they're doing them in a row, then the easiest thing to do, stop that, is to pipe all the way down. If they were all lined up, you'd pipe all the way down one way. But with your buns, they're generally stuck together. So these aren't. So I'm just going to keep going like this. But you would pipe down that way in a line, pipe across that way in a line. Okay. Anyway, I'll keep going with these. And it says serve with jam and clotted cream. Now, if you've never had clotted cream, oh my goodness, seriously good stuff. So I do come from the county of Devonshire Tees, and I've had a few in my time. So clotted cream is awesome, but pretty hard to get here. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with those. I'll take a picture and I'll post them with the video, but I hope it has inspired you to give them a go.